Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are, another chance to be together. Hey, just want to share with you a few minutes. We're still practicing social distancing. We're spending a lot of time in our homes, around the same people. Like kids on punishment can't go outside, standing in the window looking outside, saying, man, I can't wait to get back outside. I was talking to a young man who goes to the church that I pastor, who is a police officer, and he was sharing with me the fact that they have increased in the police department have seen an increase in the number of domestic violence calls because people are in the house, people are drinking, people are doing other things that may cause them to lose control, and they're experiencing a heightened increase in domestic violence. Domestic violence is rooted in anger. And so I want to talk for a few minutes about anger. No, you might not be calling the police for domestic violence, but maybe you're lashing out. You're yelling at your kids. You're yelling at your spouse or your significant other. You're fussing about the fact that you're in the house and you can't get out, and things are starting to compress around you and get on your nerves. I want to read a story to you, and then I'll come back to my thought. There was once a little boy who had a very bad temper. His father decided to hand him a bag of nails and told the little boy, every time you lose your temper, I want you to hammer a nail into this fence. On the first day, believe it or not, the boy nailed 37 nails into that fence. The boy gradually began to control his temper over the few weeks, and the number of nails he was hammering into the fence slowly began to decrease. He discovered it was easier to control his temper than it was to actually hammer those nails into that fence. Finally, the day came when the boy didn't lose his temper at all. He told his father the news, and his father suggested to the boy that he should now pull out a nail for every day he keeps his temper under control. Days passed, and a young man had finally was able to run and tell his father that all the nails were gone from the fence. The father took the boy by the hand and led him out to the fence to look at the fence. The father looked down at his son and he said, well done, son. He said, but look at all those holes in the fence. This fence will never be the same. When you say things in anger, they leave a scar like this one. And he said, you can put a knife in a man and draw it out. It won't matter how many times you say, I'm sorry. The wound is still there. You need to understand something, my friends. Whenever we respond in anger, whenever we allow anger to come out of us or we exhibit anger, it causes wounds that no matter how often you go back and say, I'm sorry, it cannot be undone. The wound will never be erased. It will always be there. Yes, the person may get past it and may not act like it or may not remember it. But trust me, when you go back and as soon as you elevate your voice again, trust me, that person goes back to the wound that you caused. I remember one time, this is a true story. I was standing on my porch and a couple that lived near me got into an argument. And I remember very vividly the wife turning to the husband, and she was pregnant at the time. And she said to him, that's okay. This is not your child anyway. And even though it turns out that the child was his, he could never really fully embrace that child because of those words she spoke in anger. Listen, my friends, even though you say I'm sorry, the womb is still there. We've been given a very elaborate vocabulary. We got some big words we know how to say. But the Bible says that, listen, a soft answer turns away wrath. When you have the opportunity, you want to always speak with love, kindness, patience. In doing so, you don't cause damage. Just like that fence, every time you drive a nail, that person is never the same. So go on, take on the day, knowing you've been empowered to control your temper. And this is going to be a good day because today you're not going to wound anyone with the words that you say. I'll see you soon. Be well.